Hello. Welcome to my channel. My name is Tebogo and I'm back with another video, which is so weird and so out of my comfort zone. When I started this channel, I never thought I'd get to a point where I'm comfortable with like talking about my love life or like my dating life rather. But here we are. Woo! So a week or so ago, I was listening to a podcast by a friend of mine, Karam Mukobane. If you don't know him, what are you doing? Because he's literally amazing. He's such an amazing storyteller, and he's a black gay South African man telling black gay South African men experiences. So if you're queer, I feel like you need to hop on it very quickly. Okay, so basically his last episode was of him sharing his experience in the dating scene in Johannesburg, because he just relocated there, and how it is navigating like finding love and finding circles within the queer spaces in Joburg. And a couple of days later, I was on YouTube and I saw Push. She goes by Creative Queer on YouTube. She also posted a video of a catch-up sort of like video, because I guess she wasn't posting for quite some time. And one of the things that she talked about in that catch-up video was being newly single and navigating the dating scene as a queer person, and how that's been like, you know, coming out of a relationship and just like healing from the breakup and just going back into the streets, you know what I mean? So I was just like, universe, are you trying to tell me something? Because I hear you loud and clear, you understand? It was so weird how I just related to both of those videos, because for me, I felt like I'm sort of like in between, and I'll explain later what I mean by that. So I was just like, this is quite interesting. Maybe let me just open up a bit on my channel and just share my version of dating queer in your late 20s. So basically, as you have seen by the title, I mean, of course, that's what I'm going to be talking about, and just sharing a bit of my experience, my healing. So let's dive into that. Before I get into the video, please do subscribe and also share for more. Subscribe and also share. And yeah, I have other videos that you can watch as well. You might as well just, you know. So yeah, let's get into the video. Okay, so this is how my story starts. So I got into my first monogamous committed relationship, queer relationship, in my early 20s, and it was very amazing. It was very serious. It was a first of many firsts. Like literally my first love, like my first person that I fell in love with, and I was completely myself with as a gay person. I didn't hide, you know, I was very public with my friends about it. They knew it. It was my first relationship where I was out to my friends, and eventually as the years went by, I came out to my family as well within the relationship. So it was like, you know, deep, you understand? We were together for years, and as the years went by, I was very certain that this is the person that I wanted to spend the rest of my life with. But unfortunately, life happens and the relationship ended. And you know, at that point, I was within my mid-20s. That's how long the relationship was. So now I was single. I was dealing with the breakup. A lot of traumas were triggered. I had to deal with a lot of like mental health issues, and just issues that I didn't even know I had. So overall, I was going through a lot, and at that point, my mental health was at its lowest. And I was really struggling, guys. I was goishing. I don't know why I like saying that word, but anyway, I was like in the pits, and I was struggling for quite some time. And fast forward to me healing from the breakup and learning about myself and going through my healing journey and just working on myself and getting to a point where I feel like myself again, ready to move on, to get to know more about myself in regards to dating, what I like, what I prefer, you know, and just having fun. Then boom, The streets, guys, what's happening? The streets are savage, and the streets are not what they used to be, guys. I was so shocked. I was like, I need a map. I feel like I can't even navigate with a GPS. I need to go back to old school and use a map and just, you know, it was very interesting to see because I've been like out of the game for so long. It's like long-term relationship. It's like time to heal. Years went by and I'm clueless. And I just also felt the pressure because I'm just like, now I'm in my late 20s. The pressure is getting worse, you know. You need to, something needs to be done. So I just felt so clueless, and I was just like, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? I'm gonna die alone. I'm gonna be single for the rest of my life. Because also, one, I'm an introvert. Secondly, I was so scared. Like, as much as I feel like I have game, wow, just wow. I cannot for the life of me believe that you're sitting there watching this video and believing every single word that comes out of the boy's mouth. I didn't mean game, I meant to flirt. But I mean a little bit of both. Anyway, back to the video. I'm gonna give myself that. Guababa is still a thing. Like, I could literally like somebody for months, and it's gonna take me to get to a point where I'm just like, you know what, I can't sleep anymore, I need to tell you. And that can take months or years. So you understand that my fate is alone. So I was just like, oh my gosh, you are definitely dying alone. Yeah, but I quickly realized that sometimes you can be in the streets but still like bench yourself. Don't be quick to run the streets or play the game. Just sit down and observe and see what is your strategy, what are your intentions, what do you want, and things will kind of slowly fall into place. And I'm glad I did that because being in my late 20s, my priorities have changed, my intentions have changed, my preference has changed. So I need to move differently. I cannot move in ways that I used to move when I was younger, you know what I mean? So that was something that I needed to be cautious about, and I needed to kind of play in my mind. So one of the biggest decisions, or the biggest thing that I told myself, was always be intentional with my actions, be intentional and honest and open with the people I meet, the connections I make, and just overall be myself and have fun. And that has played out in my favor, I think, because sometimes the dating scene, you can be sucked up into, you know, looking for love, seeking things that you are not ready for, and a lot of people just end up hurt. And that's the kind of toxicity I don't want in my life right now, because I'm doing pretty well. And yeah, just making connections and still having fun. And I think the biggest thing for me is feeling guilty about it. And I'm just like, dude, you might be in your late 20s, but you're still young and you can enjoy, and that's fair. The only thing is just be honest and explore yourself even further, you know, and see what you like. The streets is not always about just finding love. You can find connections, you can find friendships. My queer friendship circle is very small, and just like finding new friends to connect with, go out with, relate with, go through things with, the people that I know understand being queer and black in South Africa. That's also important, and that's also a type of connection that you should never take lightly. One of the things that I also needed to remind myself is to let go of the social pressures and not allow that to influence my decision, because the last thing I want for myself is to end up in a situation where I wasn't true to myself and I wasn't true to who I am. And I feel like that takes a lot of self-awareness. So I'm gonna give myself props for that, because it's not easy, you know what I mean? And another thing that I have realized sitting on my bench is that you guys are so gorgeous. You guys nivahle. Yeah. You know what's the annoying thing? Okay, it's not annoying, but like, y'all are gonna get me into trouble. Like, these young gays are so gorgeous and they're so beautiful, but also they look old, guys. Lijang. Because no, what are you guys eating? No, y'all are gonna get us into trouble, because I see someone on my socials and I'm like, that's a type. I go into their bio, 19. Batong. Biang. How can you all be so beautiful and so gorgeous and so smart? But you know what? I love them for you. One thing about this generation, they're not afraid to be themselves. They're not afraid to live in their truth, and I love that for them. And yo, keep it up, yo. But hey, you're making it tough for us. Now I have to hashtag lesbians over 30. What do you mean? Guys, like, it's literally a constant reminder that you're not young anymore. There are people who are actually younger than you. That's a scary thing to realize, because I'm just like, wow. Yeah. Oh, I feel like also I need to touch on this before I forget. Guys, I'm sorry my video is all over the place. It's not scripted. It's just like me bouncing off the things that I have experienced on the spot. So I'm sorry if it's a little bit messy. But one thing that is giving me anxiety, guys, is dating apps. And my friends always tell me, go on date. Guys, that thing now is giving me anxiety. Not me downloading Tinder and like 15 minutes after creating my account, I get matches. Did I not delete my profile? Guys, like, I was just like, oh my gosh, I'm not ready for this. Also, I feel like I'm not a dating app type of person. Maybe I might get to that point in my life, but right now, guys, it just makes me very anxious. Like, I really want to know how you guys do it. Like, I have people that I know who create the account and just go on dates. How do you guys do it? Like, I feel like I need tips. If you have tips, please down below, because yeah. And you know what? I respect you guys for that, but for me at this moment in time, I'm not sure. Maybe I'll get to that at some point in my life, but a story to be continued. But I guess overall, I'm just happy to be in this era that I am today, where I'm so comfortable with myself. I'm working on myself and I'm working on my healing journey, and I'm open to meeting people. I never thought I'd get to this point, guys. Yo, I break up. Yeah, I break up. Yeah, yo. But yeah, guys, I think for the most part, I'm really excited to be in this era in my life. I mean, I'm 26 years old. I am loving myself. I'm giving myself a lot of self-love. I'm still on my healing journey and just working on myself. But most of all, just being at the point where I'm open to meeting new people and creating, having a lot of different dynamics, making connections, and just not only hoping to find love, but also hoping to find genuine connections with people, going on dates without any expectations or any pressures. It's such an exciting feeling, and I'm glad to be feeling that again. It's a good season to be single. Plus also it's December. But yeah, it's just so good to be at this place. And I think dating queer in your late 20s can be very challenging, but I don't think it's a bad thing, and it's not necessarily the worst experience. It just takes a lot of discipline and seeing who you allow to be in your space, and being careful with like the people you allow in your space, and being self-aware, making that decision, and also playing and having fun. Guys, there's nothing wrong, and that's one thing I realized, like, have fun. I don't want to say it in too much words, but like, yeah. And I think it's about the experience, the journey. Enjoy it. One thing that I told myself is that I should just be in my self-love space, and a person who will want to feed into that and feed off of that and also put into that will find me eventually. And I think one thing that I'm very, very grateful for is that I got a chance to experience real, genuine love. And love is such a beautiful thing. When the first episode of Defining Breakups came on, or when I heard about it, I was so excited about it because I'm at a point where I realized that I even tweeted about it. I was just like, love is a beautiful thing, and like the end of the relationship doesn't mean the end of love or that the love was fake. It was just, sometimes it can be people growing apart, and love takes many different forms and stages, and sometimes you don't have to experience love together. You can experience love, guys. Don't try to box love into one thing. Basically what I'm trying to say, it's beautiful, it's amazing. Express it in its different forms and in the different stages that it is, and just appreciate it for what it is. But love is beautiful, love is kind, love is not perfect, and love is not enough. It takes two or more people, or however many people, to decide what love is for them, and whatever type of love works for them, that's their business. And I think my biggest thing is being in my 30s and just longing for the life that I wished I lived in my 20s, and that's not what I want for myself. So this is so perfect that I'm here at this point. I've made so much progress, and yeah, I'm ready for the fun. Guys, that's the end of my rant. That's it. I feel like that's enough of my life that you're gonna get from me today. But yeah, if you are queer in your 20s, in your early 20s, in your late 20s, in your early 30s, and you're also experiencing some hardships when it comes to dating queer, or like you are succeeding, please give us tips in the comments below, because I would love to hear that. Personally, for me, I need all the help I can get. I need all the wing womaning and the wing manning and the wing personing I can get. So yeah, guys, that's the end of my video. If you love this video, please give it a thumbs up, and of course, if you want more content from me, subscribe. And if you enjoy this content and you know someone else who's gonna enjoy it, share. And also engage with my content, guys. Let's support queer creators, especially in South Africa. Black representation, gorgeousness, beauty, NB, holiness. Okay guys, so that's it from me today. I'll see you guys in my next video.